The True Parents CheonBo Providence has been one of blessing and grace, containing their unchanging love for all humankind. The CheonBo Providence for the blessing of humankind and the construction of the ideal garden of creation is now starting once again. Heavenly Parents' Blessing, the CheonBo Providence. The homeland of heart for all the world's people, the long-awaited kingdom of heaven on earth, the beginning of the providence of world salvation by the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. When I came here to this Cheongbong area, I felt the place was good, so I settled down here and started praying. I began to pave the way for prayer throughout my daily life of Jongseong. Dropping anchor here for Heavenly Parents' will, the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind prayed and prayed again, offering Jongseong with all their hearts in order to achieve the long-awaited kingdom of heaven on earth. The true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind poured their devotion into everything, whether they were on the pebbled riverbank or at the top of the mountain. They made plans here for the global providence. In this place, they set a spiritual foundation for the spiritual and physical worlds, hoping to transmit the deep love and gifts of heaven to all humankind. The CheonBo Providence began when True Father made the first strike with the pickaxe on a slope of mulberry trees. They cultivated the land and made a start. Not giving in to any difficulties, they filled in an inlet on the shores of the lake to reclaim some land. After completing the foundation work in about a month, they created a miracle, finishing the construction of the original sanctuary in just 14 days. You may not know, but I went back and forth to Cheongbong every day. If I had time, I would come here and offer Jongseong. I made an operational plan for the United States, and I prayed here in front of heaven. So you should know that this is the most important location. Cheongbong will become the global headquarters in the future. You should know that this will happen without fail, because this is the last place where I offered Jongseong in Korea. On this day, the will of Heavenly Parent was established on the earth. The works of the CheonBo Providence to nurture the people of heaven on earth has finally taken its first step. When the original sanctuary was built, it was like a miracle, and after that, it was like a blessing and grace to be with true parents, and to be able to engrave in my heart their words, which they gave to us after praying for the providence with so much sincerity. And most importantly, to be able to continue to be with true parents up until this day is a great blessing. A building was built here. People came and the providence of education began. There was a time when Christian pastors also came here to learn about true parents' divine principles and the province of heaven on earth. And now we have a world headquarters here. Think that true parents could really see to the future. In this beautiful and holy land, the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind have given new names worthy of the kingdom of heaven on earth. The lake is called Cheonshim Lake. The mountain in front of the original sanctuary is called Sunin Peak. The mountain towering in the distance is called Mount Cheonsung. The plateau that stretches out in front of it is called Cheonsungdae. In the future, an ideal headquarters where people from all over the world can come will be built here. True parents spoke about the future Hyojeong Cheonwon. Cheonsung-ho was the first boat built by the church. On June 26, 1969,
with the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind presiding. Cheon-Ho was launched with great ceremony at a shipyard in Incheon, bringing us blessing and tremendous grace. The true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind stated, "The name Cheon-Ho means heaven's victory, and today's Cheon-Ho launching ceremony is the starting point for all victories on earth and in heaven." Cheon-Ho crossed the Cheonshim Lake and opened a new path to the Cheongpyeong Training Center. The true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind have built the Cheon-Ho boat on the shores of Cheonshim Lake so that more members could come to this place, and created a new road to the sea so that more people can come to this kingdom of heaven on earth. At the Cheongpyeong Holy Ground, the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind opened the first stage of ancestor liberation as the fruit of their Jeongseong that made the foundation for the liberation of spirits. Once a base for the Cheongpyeong Providence had been prepared, ceremonies were held for the liberation of the Moon Clan, as well as a general liberation ceremony and the Unification Liberation Ceremony. Following that, there was the proclamation of the liberation of the people of the world. In this way, people from all over the world could come, and through the liberation and blessing of ancestors, spirits received salvation, and this also opened the path for registration as CheonBo families. The blessing was established on the earth through the 3 couples, and this was followed by 36 couples symbolizing the family, 72 couples symbolizing the tribe, 124 couples symbolizing the world. Following this, true parents continued with worldwide blessings such as the international blessing of 360,000 couples. In order to realize harmony between the realm of earth and the realm of heaven, the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind did not confine the blessing to the earth, but expanded it to include the entire cosmos. On November 29, 1997, along with the international blessing for 40 million couples, at the same time, they held the very first blessing for the spiritual realm, and 1.6 billion spirit couples were blessed. And in 1999, the reach of the blessing spread even further with the start of ancestor blessing ceremonies. The journey of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind becomes the center of the cosmic providence of salvation, opening the age of blessings on earth and in the spirit world, creating the foundation for heaven on earth and finally bringing it to fruition. True Father, until the last moment of his life, worked to fulfill the mission he had been called to by Heavenly Parent. And as he continued praying and asking for blessings for humankind and future generations on earth, he ascended to his eternal place in the spiritual realm. On the 13th day following True Father's Seonghwa, 35,000 people from around the world gathered for the universal Seonghwa ceremony of Reverend Dr. Sun Myung-moon, true parent of heaven, earth, and humankind. The ceremony was conducted in a solemn and holy atmosphere. This day marked the beginning of a new era, as the day when True Father reorganized the entire spirit world. Honoring True Father, who had ascended before the foundation day of Cheonil-gu, as she began a whole new mission course that she would be walking alone on the earth, True Mother offered memorial Jeongseong for 3 years. Even in the midst of deep sorrow, representing all humankind, and with True Father in the spirit world, True Mother prepared to pursue the will of Heavenly Parent, and working on the earth in complete unity with True Father in the spirit world. Finally, True Mother opened the age of direct dominion throughout the physical world and the spirit world. True Mother inherited the task of working to create the original homeland that we are all longing to see. and the members of the unification family offered their most earnest efforts to lay the foundation for the creation of a new environment and expand the mission of the heavenly tribal messiahs. True Mother renamed the holy ground at Cheongpyeong, Hyeojung Cheonwan, as the place where we attend Heavenly Parent with a heart of Hyeojung, and with the works under the direct dominion of True Mother as the only begotten daughter, and the substantial Holy Spirit, which are full of love and grace. True Mother is leading us with an even greater vision and mission as she thinks of the future of all humankind. As True Mother asked us to become CheonBo, treasures of heaven, the CheonBo Won was created, where we can see the course of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, and where the proud history of the heavenly tribal messiahs can be recorded for all eternity. As the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind in the spirit realm and the earth become one, through the H.J. Cheonwan, we saw the substantial realization of heaven on earth. Now people from around the world will come here to pay their respects, and it is true parents' wish that this place will be a substantial model of Cheonilgu that all humankind has so longed for. True Mother told us that in order to accomplish the mission of the heavenly tribal messiahs in the physical realm with True Father in the spiritual realm, we must create the wonderful miracle of blessing our ancestors up to the 430th generation, and the miracle of Cheonilgu is now beginning.
명칭을 바꾸겠습니다. HJ 천주 천보 수련원 청평이라는 제한된 고장의 이름이 아닌 이제 고급적인 천주적인 하늘이 기억하는 천보원에 등재되는 그러한 인류를 길러내는 수련원이라는 뜻입니다.
H.J. Cheonwan, the hometown of all humankind. True parents of heaven, earth, and humankind have made it possible for all humanity to witness heaven on earth, and have given the blessing that all humankind can abide within the grace of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. True Mother explained that we must prepare a way to help all humankind recognize the era we are living in and understand the providence of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. As we advance into the era of Cheonilgu, True Mother renamed the training center which stands at the very heart of our work, the H.J. Heaven and Earth CheonBo Training Center. And it will be developed and expanded so that it is a hall of education that will nurture talented leaders for the future who are just like treasures of heaven. The true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind built a training center here, and beginning from 50 years ago, they talked about the future of this place. And miraculously, the history of H.J. Cheonwan and the providence of heaven are being fulfilled just as they said. And even now, more than the present, they are focusing on the future, looking forward hundreds and thousands of years, and offering Jeongsung to accomplish each and every detail of the providence. As a result, True Mother is creating a place where we can give people a glimpse of the kingdom of heaven. Also in this place, through the CheonBo works, spirits who have lived on this earth in the past, as well as present and future humankind, can receive education and new life, so that we can form one cosmic family that attends Heavenly Parent and True Parents. Accordingly, the Cheonshimwan is developing a whole range of education programs to fulfill the mission of offering internal training and education, while the environment of the training center is being developed so that all the people of the world will yearn to come here to offer Jeongsung, worship, study, and train. This is how true parents are preparing the way for all people to become perfected citizens of Cheonilgu. True Mother established branch training centers in major regions on 5 continents around the world, connected through the main training center here, providing the support for the heavenly tribal messiahs to take root. Spiritual training through the branch centers will make it possible for people in 185 nations around the world to become citizens of Cheonilgu. The true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind have unfolded this providence and are standing at its center as it spreads around the world. Over the past 50 years, this Cheonwon holy ground has become firmly established as a place for spiritual growth for all the members of the worldwide unification family. And now, in accordance with the words and guidance of the substantial Holy Spirit, the only begotten daughter, True Mother, with this HJ Heaven and Earth CheonBo Training Center as the center point and headquarters. The grace of CheonBo Works is spreading out through the work of the 5 branch training centers that have been established around the world. And there is an interesting historical fact. With the opening of the training center in 1971, True Parents began the ocean Providence with the launch of an excursion passenger boat called the Cheonsung-ho to ply the waters of Cheongpyeong Lake. That ocean Providence has spread out to Jeju Island in the south of Korea, Kodiak, Alaska, and the United States, the Pantanal in South America, and through Gomundo off the coast of the Korean Peninsula, and is now returning here to Cheonshim Lake. A few years after True Father's cosmic ascension, in 2019, True Mother told us to launch a Hyeojung cruise line on Cheonshim Lake in the Bukhan River. She asked us to make an eco-friendly electric excursion boat instead of using regular diesel engine boats. We have been working to fulfill True Mother's request, and although we have encountered many difficulties along the way, we can announce to you with confidence that the first electrically powered eco-friendly boat will be completed and ready to travel the Bukhan River by next year in July of 2022. The vessel has already been registered with the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries as Korea's first eco-friendly electric excursion boat. Soon, by 2027, we will have a model of the kingdom of heaven on earth here that includes the excursion boat that will be completed next year, a hotel and a global theme village. This will be a truly amazing place. I want to offer my profound thanks to True Mother for leading the Providence with a vision that is looking forward thousands of years into the future. True Mother is not focusing on the present, but creating a new vision and environment in HJ Cheonwon. She has made this place a garden of revival, with the mission of being the place where all the world's people will visit to find rebirth and restoration. A place where even God and the clouds can come and rest for a while. A resting spot with a beautiful Korean tradition, Hanwon House. An authentically styled Korean hanok tea house overlooking the beauty of Cheonshim Lake. Glancing upward, we can see the Hanwon Path of Heavenly Fortune, a place to relax like you have just come home after a long journey. Those who visit Hyeojung-yeon and Hyeojung Cafe can enjoy the vision of a 1,000-year crane looking out over Cheonshim Lake, and a boat that is headed toward the healing warmth of the sun as they spend some peaceful, healing time enjoying the heavenly cuisine. The Buhong department store has been newly recreated to impart heavenly fortune with high-quality products for its cherished and respected guests. With the excursion boat sailing on Cheonshim Lake from Hyeojung Marina, leading the era of the heavenly Pacific civilization with the Bukhan River at its center, people from all over the world will come and visit Hyeojung Cheonwon and the beautiful Cheonshim Lake. Amidst this natural environment, you will experience firsthand the providential victory of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. May all those who seek out HJ Cheonwon experience joy and glory. The providential works of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind are reaching out across the globe to all humanity. Works transcending time and space are fulfilling the hope of all humankind for Cheonil-gu. The world is gathering here at HJ Cheonwon as we move forward into this new era. Humanity has long yearned for Cheonil-gu, and now they will come and experience it here at Hyeojung Cheonwon.
나는 참 부모로서 모든 인류 앞에 하늘 부모님을 모시고 사는 천일국의 백성들이 사는 곳은 이런 모양이다 하고 보여주려고 이 천원 단지를 개발하고 있다.
The 50-year journey of the CheonBo Providence. led by the forward-thinking wisdom of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, is the work of the salvation of humanity, the beginning of cheonbо, and the grace of the blessing for all humankind. Salvation for the world's people, the hall of the heavenly tribal messiahs, the hometown of heart for all humankind. Once again transcending the age, the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind are beginning another tremendous work for the sake of humanity.